There are concerns tonight about whether the newest museum here in Washington may be playing politics instead of playing it straight. Chief Legal Correspondent Shannon Bream looks at why the National Museum of African American History seems to be ignoring one particular historic African American.
He should be celebrated. His life should be celebrated. It certainly should be celebrated at this museum.
But the brand new National Museum of African American History and Culture makes virtually no reference to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, the second African American to sit on the nation's highest bench. That stands in contrast to displays for Justice Thurgood Marshall, which include pictures, history about his life, and quotes from some of his opinions. Mark Paoletta, a former White House attorney who helped to shepherd Thomas through the confirmation process, says it's fitting to honor Marshall. But not doing the same for Thomas is, in his words, a deliberate snub.
Clarence Thomas has his own views. That's his sin. He believes in individual rights, not group rights. That's led him to oppose racial preferences, and for that, he's banished. And in clear dictatorial thought sort of police, he's disappeared like the communists used to do back in the Soviet Union.
Anita Hill, who accused Thomas of sexual harassment, is featured in the museum. In fact, that's the context in which Thomas is mentioned. Quote, in 1991, Anita Hill charged Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas with sexual harassment. Museum officials have not responded to questions about why Thomas is virtually absent from this new museum. But just days ago, in an interview with our own Brett Baer, Rex Ellis, the man responsible for planning and overseeing the collections, said this about the museum's mission.
The Smithsonian has had a reputation for years of being a convener, of bringing disparate groups and opinions and ideas together to talk about and to grapple with in ways that are beneficial.
Even Chicago Tribune columnist Darlene Glanton, who says Thomas has, quote, spent the last 25 years on the court protecting barriers and putting up new ones designed to stifle blacks and other minorities, adds, like it or not, Thomas is an historical icon. He deserves a prominent spot in the new museum. In Washington, Shannon Bream, Fox News.